I'm more than a little pleased today to be positioned to bring again some important information about resources in Central Georgia. And the reason today is important is because this resource can reach the full gamut. It's for students and adults. You know, sometimes it's rather uncalled for, if you please, that people aren't gainfully employed and people aren't making more than just minimum wage because there are resources available. If in fact we would take advantage of them. So today you're going to be privileged to learn about a dynamic and important and effective resource in our community. And before I start talking to the Director of Marketing and Public Relations, Ms. Amyre Makupson, I just want to familiarize you all with the fact that, you know, this show is on YouTube, Alex Habersham YouTube. It airs on Bounce TV twice on Sunday mornings at 6 o'clock and 8:30. It's on Magic 100. It's on podcast, and it's on www.bakercalltoaction.com. So what I want you to do, I'm sure as a result of our conversation, you're going to say, I know somebody who needs that information. So this is how you can refer them to the information. But as I said, I'm more than happy to have somebody who knows what they are doing as it relates to marketing and public relations in the person of Ms. Amyre Makupson. So before you get into your position now, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I am not a stranger to Central Georgia. I've been living here for about 10 years with my son, Miles. He's 8. And so not quite 10 years, but I came here to anchor the evening news for WGXA. That's where most people will remember me from. I anchored the 5, 6 back when we had a 7 and a 10. So I did news for several years. I then left and began teaching at Mercer University and was our partner correspondent at the Center for Collaborative Journalism with 13 WMAZ. So a lot of people also may recognize me from there. We did the Macon food story, we did youth violence. And then the wonderful opportunity came to go into marketing and public relations at Central Georgia Technical College. And it was too good to be true. Couldn't pass it up. I mean, this school, especially from my perspective, what I've noticed is a hidden gem. That's really the only way I can describe it, Alex, the amount of students that we have and people who need assistance and are out there looking for assistance. Central Georgia Tech has so many pathways and opportunities for them that I thought this position would be wonderful. It allows me to be more involved with our community, to know more about what's happening in Macon, and it's just been a wonderful change.
That is so outstanding, and you are absolutely correct. And I think it's important that you and I both continually emphasize the fact that, you know, that Central Georgia Tech can make a difference in a lot of people's lives, financially and an educational difference. Now, it's my understanding that you've got 2 pathways. You got the adult education, and then you've got the regular education and so many resources. But let's talk a little bit about adult education.
Yeah, with our adult education, we have the test preparations for GED, literacy classes. We host literacy fairs that are spaced throughout the community. But I had our adult education send us a fact sheet for me to share with you and the viewers about just literacy facts that in America right now, for adults even, there are 43 million who cannot read. 43 million can't read. And about 53% only are proficient. something that our Superintendent Dr. Curtis Jones said about the difference between proficient reading and on grade level reading. So proficient reading is just being able to kind of like cover your bases, and you're ahead of the curve a little bit, whereas grade level maybe is where you're supposed to be. And most of these adults who aren't reading are not even on a third grade level. And that's facts from our adult education department. Primarily women, more women than men. And it's a problem that we all have to fix. And it's going to take a community like a Central Georgia Tech community with people who care to sit down with these adults and start from the beginning.
I'm glad you mentioned that percentage, because that means that, if in fact you're one of those who reading on a third grade level or below, what have you, you don't need to be ashamed. You need to do something about it.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Central Georgia Tech offers a program that you can go in and learn to read, and all you need to do is just register and go to school. It's so important, and with technology now, the better we can read, the better we're able to live and to function. Extremely important, for adults.
Oh, it is. And you have to take into consideration too, Alex, the trickle down effect that it has when you come from a household with a parent who isn't reading properly, or a grandparent. And in fact, I have a stat on that too, that children with less educated parents are 10 times more likely to become low-skilled adults. And that's from our adult education department. So really helping those adults who are in these situations where they need more education or they need help reading and with literacy, it's a benefit to all of us in this community that we all do what we can to educate these people, because their children are going to be our future leaders, and so on and so forth. So we have to start at the top and educate down the family as much as possible. It's just, it's going to make life better for all of us.
Absolutely. That is so true. Really appreciate that. But that just scratching the surface, really.
Oh, it really is.
As it relates to what's available. The thing that's really, really amazing is that a person can pick up so many skills,
Oh, I know.
It kind of saddens my heart, frankly, to go down the street and see people, sitting on the corner, see them at the day labor place trying to, work for a day, or seeing them just whiling their time away, nothing to do, very little or no income, don't know where the next meal is going to come from. And the reason it saddens my heart is because there's a resource right up the street.
Welcome you. We don't turn people away.
Yeah, that you can go, you can learn a skill or trade or learn how to read or get a GED. Just so many pathways to become a meaningful citizen, but more importantly, to become independent and self-sufficient.
Well, quite frankly, when I got the job here, I was amazed even at all of our training programs, because coming from a news perspective where I've talked about education, I've been in the schools, and I didn't even know all of this stuff. I mean, when you are talking about nursing and aviation maintenance, trucking, welding, carpentry, culinary, barber, cosmetology, air conditioning, you name it. Just like, that song of you name it. I kind of feel like that applies here at Tech, because there's something for everyone. And even we do dual enrollment, with our high schools. And I think a lot of our high schools don't realize too that we have international dual enrollment. What my marketing coordinator is in Ireland right now, setting up to be able to take students, overseas and show them parts of the world that they maybe otherwise would not have had the opportunity to see. You know, so many of us here, you get very comfortable at home, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you don't leave the confines of Macon or Georgia, you know, or you don't have the means to, you're not seeing everything else that's out there. And they're here, right here is a perfect opportunity to get college credit, see the world while you're even in high school. It's just, there's so many wonderful things at Central Georgia Tech.
Glad you mentioned high school because, you know, I think that you and I both need to emphasize to people that you don't have to go to an academic college is what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, you
I
can
understand.
get a trade, you know, because a lot of people, particularly all the high school students and people out of high school saying, well, I didn't go to college. I don't want to go to college. I'm not college material. I just don't feel like I ought to be in college. Well, that's okay. Because I guarantee you that plumbers make more than principals do.
Yes.
You know, so you don't have
Yes.
to go to college, but there's a resource out at Central Georgia Tech, you know, that can give you a skill.
That's what's important. College is not for everybody, but education is for everyone. We want to give people the means to take care of themselves and contribute into the economy, contribute to society. And the 4-year institution, it works great for some people. Other people know what they want to do, or they see a better future taking a different pathway. For example, I'll tell you about a student that we have that was at an area 4-year institution, biology major, had planned on going into med school. He is now working out at Yancey, fixing the big buses and forklifts and trucks. Why? Because he got his technical degree in half the time and came out of school making almost 6 figures with a technical degree. Now he can only go up from there. You know, when you start saying started as this apprentice, and I don't want to get the terminology wrong, but then to a whoever would be over that, and then to a manager, and then to, you know what I'm saying? So he came out with a 2-year degree, making more than most people who have a 4-year degree, and is comfortable and happy. You know, that is not the only way to make a success out of your life, is to have diplomas on the wall, as great as that is, and as much as we want to encourage that for everybody. But there is no less of a wonderful lifestyle that can be lived having come through a technical college, especially Central Georgia Tech.
Yeah, and we are saying that everybody is a possible student. You know, that you don't have to be from any side of town. You don't have to have so much money. And even if you don't have an abundant amount of education, Central Georgia Tech is still a resource to move you from point A to point B. So now what does one need to do to kind of find out what it takes to be a part of that fine institution?
Well, really, all they need to do is come into our office and apply. You know, we have campuses in Milledgeville, in Crawford County, of course, Macon and Warner Robins, Putnam County. Just come in and apply, because we will help you. And I think that sometimes can be a hurdle with other people in wanting to learn more, or like you said, well, I don't even have my high school diploma, so they're not going to accept me, or I'm not going to. Yes, we are going to accept you. And yes, we are going to work with you to figure out a way to apply for grants, to apply for financial aid. We have an additional program right now going on called 321 Go that does allow funding to go toward your tuition. There are opportunities out there, and you really, your viewers don't even have to do the work. We're here and we'll do the work for you, because we want to see you get into these seats. You know, we both spoke about it a little bit before, but I want to emphasize, there is no stigma here. Doesn't matter what age, what race, whatever. We want to see you succeed, and we want to help you do that, to get on the path to change your life. So nobody has any reason to feel embarrassed. You don't know what you don't know. And so come in and let us show you, so we can kind of help get that ball rolling and get that process rolling for any and everyone. And there is no such thing as you've been denied acceptance. We don't do that. We're not going to do that. We're going to get you where you need to be.
And then I just want everybody to realize that there's something to be said about having a skill. Yeah, because, if you're on the corner, I guarantee you that you can get off of that corner, go to Central Georgia Tech, engage yourself in a program, and maybe a year or maybe 2 years, before too long, you'll be off the corner, you'll be driving by that corner in your brand new car to your house, and gainfully employed,
Yeah, or your own boss.
You can move from that position to that position. So talk about those programs again that you all have available.
I will. And because there's so many, I did not want to miss one. So I pulled it up on my computer to make sure that I'm going over everything. They do teach technical skills, like we said, with the airline maintenance, the Six Sigma training, electronic circuits, programmable logistics control. So we're talking, computer technology. And then once you get into health, like you said, with the nursing, also dental hygiene. We have IT and computer training, leadership and professional development training, online and in-person classes. And along with all of that, we also have separately our Academic Success Center, to where when you're going through any of these programs, it could be cyber safe, and you need help with understanding how to use this computer software, or how to use, there's somebody in the Academic Success Center to help you at all times. So whatever program you can think of, I would bet to say we have something pretty close to it, or at least that can get you on the pathway to that. And having that skilled trade, that license to operate, if you will, makes all the difference in the world. We have students who are their own bosses now. You said gainfully employed. Well, I was just talking about a student who had a troubled high school time, came in through the cosmetology program. Now she owns her own salon.
Wow.
Yeah. And there are so many stories like that of getting these technical degrees and moving on. There's a nursing shortage. And in our nursing program, this was the coolest thing when I first came in to do my tour here. Have an actual ambulance that rocks and moves and the lights go, to simulate what it would really be like. We have the dummies, if you will, that will give birth, bleed out, go into shock. They're getting incredible hands-on training. And same goes for welding, same goes for dental hygiene. There's nothing beats hands-on training. You can read a book all day. But when you have an instructor there who is dedicated to showing you how to be successful, not just telling you, then you really can't go wrong.
That is so outstanding and so phenomenal. And I guess I can't overemphasize, I'm going to use an expression, something for everybody.
Yes.
So whatever position you find yourself in, even if you are employed, maybe you want a better job. Maybe you just been working this job for same job and you just making $10 an hour, and you tell yourself, I believe I'm worth $20, $25 an hour. Let me look at Central Georgia Tech to see if there's a pathway I can take to get me a skill. And then the good part about it, aren't the hours flexible, Amyre?
Yes, hours are flexible. There are evening classes. There are online programs. The major thing that everybody needs to understand is that Central Georgia Technical College is here to help you succeed. So even if you think, I want a better job, or I want a higher paying job, I don't really know what I want to do. I might want to go into even digital design, because we have a graphic design program as well. just come in and talk to us. Talk about the kinds of things that you're interested in, or the types of avenues that maybe you would like to go down. Or what's your end goal? Is your end goal to work for a company, or to own a company, or to just have it, whatever. But the more we can talk to our potential students, the better it is, and the easier it is for us to get them on the right path. Because there is so much, like you said, in 30 minutes, we can't talk about everything that Central Georgia Tech has to offer. But if you just come in and sit down, we will face to face and figure out what it is that you want to do so that you can have a better life and be contributing to our economy.
And then I think you will be doing your friends, family, and colleagues a favor by familiarizing them about all of the resources and the services that are available, because everybody wants to live a little better. Everybody wants to make more money. Everybody wants to be more educated. Everybody wants to be more accepted. So this institution is an avenue to move you forward in whatever direction that you want to go. And another thing that's very important, which I know you mentioned, but I want to reemphasize, you said if you're having trouble, you got academic counselor, whatever you called it.
Yeah, Academic Success Center, yes.
Academic success. So
Yeah.
I mean, this is over the whole gamut. So if you're having a problem in any area, then there's somebody there available to assist you with whatever kind of hurdle you need to jump. So my advice to you is to take advantage of it. You got 2 or 3 minutes, Miss. Oh, this is a call to action. I'm your host, Alex C. Halberson, interviewing Miss Amyre Makupson, Director of Public Relations and Marketing for Central Georgia Technical University. We're just so glad to have you on and to impart this information. So you got a couple of minutes to just do an excellent statement.
Okay, my exit statement, and you might have to hold up counters for me because you know I can talk, okay? But I just want everybody to know our website is centralgatech.edu. We also have a shortened URL now, cgtc.io. That will take you to the same website. There you'll find all the information on how to apply. It can look a little bit intimidating and it can be cumbersome, and that's okay. That's why I'm encouraging people to go into our admissions office with questions, especially, and our financial aid office is right next door, because it can be intimidating if you see that you had previous student loans, or I don't have a job, I don't know how I'm gonna. There are ways to be educated.
Let me interrupt you. So they can actually come in and
yes,
and doesn't have to be electronic, because some people are challenged electronically. You know,
oh, they are. Yeah, and I'll
Yeah.
tell you a true story, Alex. My first week on the job as marketing director, a young man walked in and needed help with admissions and came into the wrong building. So I walked him to the correct building. And by the time I sat with him through the process so that I could learn it, to understand how they go through the application. How do you now go through the financial aid? How do you now get into the classes? And I'm the marketing director, and I'm sitting here with the student every single day. We're working on it together. That's not rare at Central Georgia Tech. Every employee is going to either get you to the person who you need to see, or is going to help you themselves if they can. And that's all the culture that our president, Dr. Ivan Allen, has created, is just to be of service and just to help one another to really have a better life.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, so it's wonderful. So that's almost my speech. I'm not done. I also want to add again that the four-year university college type thing is not for everyone, but an education absolutely is. And you are doing a disservice to yourself if you are not learning as much as you can and growing as much as you can to be a better example for your children, your friends, your family. And like you said, you have a pathway and an avenue right here in Central Georgia with people who are going to hold your hand through it. And right all along the way, at no point will you need to be confused or alone, or you don't know who to talk to, because we have, like I said, the Academic Success Center, we have mentorship programs, we have everything that we can think of at this point, besides endless pockets, to help our students succeed. So please, 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 look at the website, look at our programs, really think about what do you want to do, and then come and talk to us so we can see how we can help make that happen for you.
Is there a phone number?
A general number for programs though,
That's good.
478-757-3550.
Okay.
But again, cgtc.io or centralgatech.edu. The addresses, the phone numbers, because different campuses have different numbers. That's why I don't want to give the wrong one.
Right.
But all of the information is there. And if all else fails, you're not a computer person, just come on into the admissions building.
That's outstanding.
Yeah, it's really just, it's that easy, and we will help you.
There you go. This has been phenomenal. I really appreciate it. And I want to remind everybody that, information is the key. Information is absolutely the key. And excuses come out of trash cans.
Amen.
So if you're in a position where you want to do better, you want to make more money, you want to get better educated, you want to learn more about yourself, you want to learn what's available, if you just want to make general improvement in your life one way or the other.
Yeah.
If you know somebody who you think needs it, then, learn more about Central Georgia Tech, because
Yes.
the resources are there. And then I could just look. I could feel the welcoming through the computer.
Yes.
So that's projected that they are waiting for you. They really are going to accept you with open arms. And if you're a position where you don't need it, I'm sure you know somebody who does. So let's refer them out there, the resources there. And then this show, for your information, is on it's on an iPod podcast.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I don't know where my show is.
I'm proud of you.
It's a podcast.
YouTube.
It's on the internet, on the website. It's on Alex Habersham YouTube. And if you want to learn more information, you can go to www.makeemblackpages.com and reach us. And I'm so happy, Miss Amyre Makupson, that you got this job. Your enthusiasm is exuding through the screen, and I know that you are going to continue to do a phenomenal job, and I appreciate you, Dr. Allen.
I appreciate you.
Dr. Allen is a personal friend of mine, and he's doing a phenomenal job in running that institution out there.
He is an incredible human being. He is an incredible human being.
That's reaching out to everybody. This is a call to action. I'm your host, Alex Habersham, having interviewed Ms. Amyre Makupson, the Marketing and Public Relations Director for Central Georgia Technical College.
College Titans. Yeah. Go Titans.
Yeah, go Titans. So we appreciate it. Thanks for a phenomenal job. And you all please take advantage of what she has to offer. This is a call to action. I'm Alex Habersham, and she's Amyre Makupson. Have a great day.